Hello, my name is Ruth Grigg from Dyslexia Services. So today's short session is going to be all about punctuation. So in this video, I'm going to talk about how I can help your child with their punctuation. This works with teenagers and children. So first of all, we look at what punctuation is and why we need it, why it's important. We look at different types of punctuation. And as you can see, there are many different types and how we use them. So we look at the full stop. When do we use it? It's not just at the end of a sentence. It's also used for abbreviations. It's also used for a couple of other things, which I will explain to your children. And then we do this exercise here, where they finish the sentences and they have to use the full stop correctly. And then we do a game. I really help the children to apply their learning to their writing experiences. I just take one thing at a time because too many steps, they're going to forget what they're learning. So we look at the comma. Now the comma is used in lots of different ways. So it's used to separate parts of a sentence and items in a list. It's used in other ways as well. And I will explain these to the children and play card games with them and other kind of games to reinforce their learning. And I'd get them to do this exercise here, where they have to put the commas in the right places. Exclamation marks, when we use them and how we use them. So we use them for commands, we use them for showing excitement, we use them for, strong speech basically. And here they have to use the correct punctuation for each sentence. Question marks. Okay. And what kind of questions could they be? Could they be when, where, who, why, and how, and what? They could be other questions. So when we use questions, and of course, an activity sheet to help them. Inverted commas or speech marks. When do we use them? How do we use them? So here I would explain to children how, and then they'd fill in this little sheet using the speech marks correctly. Apostrophes. So apostrophes can be used in two different ways. They can be used when a letter is missing and the apostrophe shows where the letter or letters are missing, as in these words, do not and don't. And they can be used to show when something belongs to somebody. For instance, Susan's game, the doctor's surgery. See, these two apostrophes are put in different places. So I would explain how they're used. And then I'd get them to do this activity here. There's a colon here. When do we use a colon? How do we use it? And an activity. Semicolon. Used to separate two parts of a sentence. And when making a list. So we'd look at when they're used, how they're used, and do this little exercise here. Ellipses. We show a pause and they build tension. And I'd get them to do this exercise here. Dashes and hyphens, it can be a bit confusing when to use which one. So we explain, I explain how we use a dash and a hyphen. And then we do this exercise. Brackets, they're used to show extra information. There we go. And then we'll do these sentences here. Within all of this, I would get the children to do different activities, different games, a bit of homework. So they would learn basically, and they'd catch it. Capital letters. So capital letters is not just for the beginning of sentences. It's for the pronoun I, names, titles, dates, etc. Then they do this little exercise and then a final challenge. But, you know, again, I may focus on just one or two things that your child needs to focus on. And I try to make it interesting, engaging, and fun. So that's just a very quick overview of punctuation. And of course, all children have to use punctuation in their writing. And they need to use that alongside good grammar. So I hope you found that useful. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this short session. If you found it helpful, please give me a like or make a comment on my page. If you need any further help or you've got any questions, please get hold of me and I'll be very happy to help you. Goodbye for now.